presented by AfterBuzz TV, where integral members of the WWE, Kathy Kelly, Sonya Deville, and Christy St. Cloud started their careers. This is Women's Pro Wrestling Weekly, the first online pro wrestling show dedicated to all things women's pro wrestling, showcasing news and interviews with top superstars in the industry. And now, AfterBuzz's own gorgeous hosts of wrestling.
Bonjour! Welcome, WPW Warriors. You are watching Women's Pro Wrestling Weekly, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
I wish somebody would refute that.
I'm just saying, Jupiter, they got this real great women's wrestling show.
That's real talk.
So we have WPW Star of the Week, we have news. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and you know, the show wouldn't be what it is without my amazing co-host.
You could say it with a little more enthusiasm.
She did say it like with disdain.
Like, you know, if I could do this by myself, I'd make 2 other me's and run this thing.
But I guess I'll do with them too.
She is the rebel without a cause.
Indeed.
Sarah, the rebel.
That's me.
And America's chocolate sweetheart.
Yeah.
Evan T. Mack.
You worked out all my legal issues with Julia, man. We good, man. We good, man.
That Julia.
I settled at a court, man. For $1.50. I said, that's all I got, girl.
And being the America's sweetheart, she was,
Yeah.
She was cool.
And we have nothing but amazing guests because that's just how we do things. Former 2-time Shimmer champion, the Shimmer OG from Lucha Underground, MARIPOSA, aka Cheerleader Melissa.
What up?
Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I like the hair.
Cute.
Thank you.
It's like, did you get ready for us, or is there something after us that you realized?
Of course I did.
Okay, because sometimes I have to run after this, so it's really not for you.
No.
So we
effort into it.
Oh, I like that. Thank you for very, very much. We appreciate that. So we actually had Marty the Moth. So I also used to be on Xbox 12360. So we had Marty the Moth on the show. So
Sorry. No, I'm kidding.
she's not kidding.
Yeah, no, I kind of see why you'd say that. So what was it like working with him from Lucha?
Entertaining. He's like my walking television box. He's awesome. He keeps me laughing all day long. And his character is like totally like the extension of his sick mind or sick personality, whatever you want to call it. But he's definitely perfect for the role he portrays as Marty the Moth. You know?
Mm-hmm. And then how did they approach you about playing this role, or was this something that you had and you kind of came up with it together?
So basically. When I first met with Lucha Underground, they had already had in mind that there was going to be, I think it was either 5 or 7 tribes, and each tribe was going to be like, the Snake Tribe, and this tribe and that tribe, and 2 of the tribe leaders were female, and they did actually open the door to give me an option whether do I want to go this direction or I want to go, that direction. So I ended up choosing the Moth tribe, and it was just kind of the, my personality and my wrestling style fit what they needed for that character specifically. So it was a character that they had already came up with. They just needed somebody to fill the role. Okay.
And now you guys finished filming earlier this year. Could you tell us anything that we can expect in the upcoming episodes?
Gosh, just expect the unexpected. I mean, I wish I could just give all sorts of spoilers.
Yeah, just one would be.
Get one of them.
If there was any matches that I was completely out of my element, this would be the one that I had a match where I was totally out of my element. So you'll be thoroughly entertained, I promise.
And who's that match with?
Yeah.
I can't. Well, ruin the story.
I mean that contract that you guys said.
Come on, aren't you on my team?
We are.
TK's investigative journalism.
Yeah, just saying.
April O'Neil.
Yeah, whatever contract you guys are setting from.
Chocolate Lois Lane over here, man. I'll tell you what.
Whatever contract you guys are signing at Lucha, you guys are very tight-lipped. I had a few people from Lucha and no information whatsoever. So kudos to them.
Trust me, we want to. But you know what though? They seem to be pretty cool with like all the backstage photos that the cast was posting. So if you kind of go through like that time frame when we were filming, you can kind of like put like some little pieces together here and there.
Okay. All right, some hints.
So speaking of lucha, what separates Lucha Underground from like other promotions? What would you say to a person that's never watched Lucha Underground?
Well, first of all, Lucha Underground is not a wrestling company. It's a television show, and it's treated like a television show. You know, for example, WWE, there's no seasons when it comes to WWE. And this Lucha Underground, it's a television show. We film seasons, and then everybody's off and back to working other jobs and taking other gigs. So first of all, it's a television show. It's treated like a television show in the aspect of not just the unique storylines, but I mean, we have characters. We have dragons and witches, and people are immortal. And hell, you know, on season 2 when I debuted, I killed 5 people in my you know what I mean? So it's an exaggerated TV show with Lucha Libre being almost kind of like the supporting character of the show, if you will. And that's how it's really separated out. And another thing that makes it stand out when you go to a live event, which I absolutely love, is the experience doesn't start once the show starts. The experience starts from outside. I mean, when you're coming to a taping, I mean, it's an older building. It's kind of dirty. Like, it's got a real, like, underground feel as you're walking in. And it's just, when you're in the temple, just down to the little details and the lighting, just really just brings in that, you know, different experience than you would have at a normal wrestling show.
Wow. Like, speaking on that, man, how you get to a taping, man? How can I see Lucha Underground?
Really?
It's not Eventbrite.
Nah, man. I went on Eventbrite, man. They're like, this event is closed,
Yeah,
man.
you went too late.
All I want to do is watch Lucha Underground up close and personal, man. I live here.
Here.
You talk to Marty, and you know me, and I think you might know other people too.
Yeah,
I mean,
Man, y'all got to weasel. I just want to weasel in there for like one.
Oh, weasel in
I just want to
there.
weasel in
all
there.
I'm seeing now.
Yeah, we have like already
We're in the industry together.
4 or 5 guests on the show. Like, just you
need
know,
to get it together.
Yeah, and pop another button, you'll be good.
Oh, buddy up. Give
So,
them some publicity. Do something.
so do you have a favorite character of the multiple characters that you portray? Your MARIPOSA, your cheerleader Melissa. I can never pronounce the one you did on
Heidi.
Impact. Yes.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, no, not really.
Like, no.
Not really. I would say Raisha might be like my more. Raisha Saeed was like my favorite and not favorite. Not favorite because the mask was hot and it was impossible to breathe in that thing. But my favorite because there were a lot of times where I was on TV and all I had to do was manage. And, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, I'll be up there and I'm just like, yeah, I'm standing here. It's a payday. Don't have to do anything.
Now, did you get any?
That's the selfish side of me.
I mean, today's world is a little bit different than when you played that character. But did you get any backlash from portraying that character in wrestling?
Surprisingly, not that much. I was expecting a lot more, and I'm sure, yeah, the way today is, it'd be probably a lot worse. But I was surprised I didn't get more than I should have, and I was ready to embrace it too. I was just like, bring it on, kids, bring it on, you know, because I didn't feel like I was disrespecting anyone in any way. So, and I made sure I went about that character as so.
So, can you take us back to like your first professional match? Like, how were your feelings? Like, were you nervous? Were you excited? Like, butterflies? Like, what was your feelings your first match as a professional?
I think I was a little nervous and I was excited, but at the same time was ready to get it over with. To say like I did it, and but yeah, that was, my gosh, that's a long time ago. long time ago.
Now, you come from a wrestling background. Your father was a wrestler. Uncles were wrestlers as well.
Sure.
Is there any point where, is there any time, anything that you can think of that you would have done besides wrestling?
Probably be in the music industry. I grew up playing the piano, and I would have totally seen myself going that direction if wrestling didn't take off the way it did for me at such a young age. Because where it really like took off for me is when I was 19 years old. That's when I got my first contract to go to Japan full time. So that like flipped my world. And then like after that, like, wrestling was a family curse and there was no walking away from it. So
Now, is there anything that you would tell your 19-year-old self out of like all the years of wrestling, like that you would change, or it's like, nah, don't do that, or is there any advice that you would tell your 19-year-old self?
that's a great one. I'm sure I can think of a billion things, a lot of things. But I always like, and I always joke that like pro wrestling, I would say like beware. Like pro wrestling is like the abusive ex-boyfriend you never want calling back ever again. Like it reels you in, it's sexy man, and it's, no, we'll make it work, babe. And it's just like, oh, and then you're back in it, and then like the industry like screws you over again, and it's a big like it's an abusive boyfriend.
Sounds like the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I thought maybe. Yeah.
You can't escape it, because if you played piano, that's probably what would have happened too. Yeah.
Probably would have happened anyway. Yeah, that's probably true. I didn't think about that.
How did your father's wrestling experience like help you professionally as far as preparing for the trials and tribulations of being a professional wrestler?
Well, so my uncle ran a professional wrestling school in San Bernardino, California, and my dad, I started training when I was 15. So my dad would actually drive me. The drive would be about like 45 minutes to an hour, but he would drive me to wrestling practice on the weekends. And so that was like, he was definitely like a huge supporter for him, like doing that for his daughter, driving her an hour every weekend to wrestling school and my uncle was like really nice enough to, have me train there, such a young age and like kind of a rough environment. And I would say another way he's really like helped me out in my career is he made it a point to all the other people that were training, like not to baby me, not to go easy on me, not to baby. He wanted me to go through, everything, for better or worse, what everybody else was doing inside the ring.
Nice.
Definitely.
Now, you've wrestled a lot of people over the course of your career. Who are in your like top 5 that you want to wrestle again?
Oh, wrestle again. That's a great question. One of my matches that was just was fun. It was like really fun. It was in Shimmer. I had a match with Thunder Kitty, and it was just fun because first of all, like, everybody was really excited about it. So we didn't even touch each other. We didn't even like lock up for, a good few minutes at the beginning of the match. And like the fans were just like on their feet and they're like really excited, and of course, being myself selfish, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to ride this out. Easy night.
She's a graduate of Santino Bros. Just want to put that out there
Oh,
again.
yeah.
I'm always going to rep my school.
You got to.
But I think I had a lot of fun with that match just because I love the Thunder Kitty character. I mean, it just, when she does the claw and like all the old school moves, like, that's unique, and it's really, there's so many girls out there that's really hard to stand out. And like, she stands out and I love it. And I had a great time and I would love to have another match with her again. She was super delightful.
And now, who is in your like top 5, or who's the people that you haven't got a chance to wrestle, male or female, that you want to wrestle?
Who I've always wanted to wrestle, but she's retired now, is I've always wanted to have a singles match with Lioness Asuka. Wow. And that was, I'm going back like a long time. Yeah, she was, I got to tag with her in Arzeon when I was in Japan in 2002. But that would have been my dream match, to have a singles with her.
That's awesome. Did you train with Daniel Bryant for a little bit?
I did, yes.
How was
At All for Wrestling, yeah.
How was that?
He was all business. He was definitely all business, and he was really good, and he was really, really beloved at the school. He was just an amazing trainer and really took his time with everybody in the ring. And I'm sure everybody else would say the absolute same thing about him. He was so great to work with.
That's awesome.
Now, there's a lot of things as far as women's wrestling that women's wrestling has been doing a lot over the years, but I think now it's coming into the forefront of like mainstream media. Is there anything that you want to do that you haven't done thus far in wrestling in your career?
I mean, I'm seeing like professional wrestlers, uh, doing other things because of pro wrestling, and I want to do that kind of stuff. Like, recently, like, Glow and WWE got to have like a rap battle. Did you see that? Yeah, and
Yeah.
that'd be fun to like participate and like do stuff like that, or like for example, like Amazing Kong or Awesome Kong or Karma. She's doing Glow now. She's branching off into like other cool stuff, and I want to do more of that now.
So you're looking into more acting in reality shows, or
Like, being in gigs, or even and I've always wanted to produce my own like all-female wrestling show, but not a normal female wrestling show, just something with a different niche.
okay.
Just how Lucha Underground brings a completely different niche and twist to the entire product. I would want to look at the thing as like an overall product, not just female wrestling.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
I know.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a few ideas. So, like, one of them, like, it'd be challenging to do, but I definitely want to do, like, and it wouldn't be just like Japanese female wrestling, but I want to do, like, a Japanese theme where, even in the arena when you walk in, there's temples and, like, orchids, and, like, I want because it goes back to Lucha Underground, the experience starts when you walk in, and I want like the whole experience happening before that, having like a tea section and, and then like a traditional, it would have to be like a grand experience. And then like I want the experience to be more than just the wrestling itself,
Right. Like a full experience, a theatrical almost experience.
Absolutely.
Now, you've been in the game for a long period of time. What is like the one or two things that you love about wrestling? What's one or two things that you hate about wrestling?
Let's see. Love about it, the friends you make over the years. Definitely. It's like the relationships you maintain and, staying friends, staying in touch and, watching each other grow and, help out and stuff like that, and it's like, for example, Alice in Danger lives near me now, and it's just kind of great that, like, every once in a while, we get together and, like, do girl stuff and, like, do housewife stuff. And, yeah, and it's just never in a million years did I think that, like, be doing those kind of things, and it's really fun. I mean, the negative stuff is just, really, like, the drama and politics comes with, especially like working for like bigger companies. I mean, it's just, there could be a lot of drama, a lot of politics, and that stuff's never fun. So you just have to handle it the best you can.
And we have some questions from the live chat. So Random Kid asks, how was working with Awesome Kong?
Oh, awesome. What it be? Awesome Kong. Totally awesome.
And then Joseph, our homie Joseph, in Impact, there were times where you played different, or you worked as Alissa Flash.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about that.
Joseph is like an encyclopedia.
Yeah,
so he knows.
He's crazy.
He knows a lot of things. You worked as Alissa Flash, and say the name again.
Raisha Saeed.
Thank you. In multiple episodes, how was it going from one character to the other?
Oh my gosh, I hated those days. I would have to wear Alissa Flash costumes under Raisha Saeed and totally like do like a Superman change like backstage and then like go right. If everything went well that day doing both characters, and it was a good day. It was a good day. But yeah, that was. I mean, then it just made the Raisha Saeed costume even hotter. Like bad enough I got to like wear that mask, but now I'm wearing like another costume underneath. Come on.
Another question from Cliff. He asked, or I heard that the iconic duo was under your wing when they were learning. Are you confirming or iconic?
I have no idea what they're talking about.
All right, sorry, Cliff, wrong person. Now, another question. Hopefully, he'll get this one right. Do you ever do you want to go to WWE?
I would love to go to WWE as staff, not as talent.
Okay. And have you been in contact with them recently, or like over the last couple of years?
I was before Lucha Underground.
Any particular reason why? Not talent and staff.
Um, I enjoy. I've learned. I've just kind of learned about myself over the years. I really, really enjoy helping people, and I love. I've really gotten to get a lot of experience of doing like work behind the scenes, and I just feel like I would be more valuable to the company doing that, especially being a former female. Well, I'm not former, still active now, but having wrestling experience, just being able to help the girls and being able to, you know, if they ever needed or wanted guidance, I would love to be that person for them.
Awesome.
And because you were from Impact, is there any talks as far as going back?
No, and not interested.
Your face said that before you even said it. Like, no.
That's another abusive ex-boyfriend.
Oh. Do you want to give us a tidbit of that?
Oh, there's nothing there. It's just, you know, it's just, I mean, it goes back to what I said, like the drama of politics wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at the time. But I mean, who am I to say that now? I mean, they have a completely new staff. Times have definitely changed, new ownership and everything. So like, really me saying that's kind of got no credibility now.
So then possibly now, because it's a whole new different thing.
No, well,
No, still no.
don't want to go. Okay.
Okay, so here's a like I said, Joseph always has.
But no negative reasons now for it.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know anybody back there anymore. So
Yeah, it just seems like you're just, you know, you're over it. You've done that part of your life.
yeah, I'm good. I'm happy where I'm at right now.
There you go.
So Joseph asks, River City Wrestling is based in San Antonio. As Alissa Flash, you accomplished a lot, including winning every male title, including the RCW Championship. How did it feel when you made that history?
Damn, Bosa.
I know he coming up with the deep dive questions.
Well, who wouldn't be proud of that accomplishment? I mean, no, that was a really exciting time. So yeah, I was having a good time.
Oh goodness, Joseph is.
Is he more? Tell him no.
Joseph would send a whole transcript if we allowed him to. So what's so Lucha Underground? Is there any other? Are you thinking about doing any overseas stuff, or what's kind of the game plan for your wrestling career now?
Well, I still work for Stardom behind the scenes. I help start. I basically do talent relations when needed when it comes to sending girls from the United States over there. So I've like kind of taken a role of like either looking for talent or being the middleman, helping basically the girls prepare, you know, helping talent with the visa situation. I've just done that a billion times. Like that's like my own drama and making sure everything goes smoothly. And so yeah, I still do stuff with Stardom. Last time I was in Japan was in November. It was for Mariko Yoshida's retirement show. So she's retired now. So, but there's still plans to go back out there with Stardom later on.
So speaking of Stardom and of helping young women with their careers, are there any women that you think we should be keeping our eye on right now? Any up-and-comers you think we should check out?
Well, I mean, definitely Io now that even though Io hasn't like really personally announced that she's going to WWE, but she did announce she's leaving Stardom. So, but and then of course there's the rumors and stuff like that. But yeah, no. If when Io goes to WWE and debuts, I mean, she's amazing. I mean, they were amazing when they came to Lucha Underground. Right. I mean, they're going to be so amazing in WWE.
Might I put in a name to possibly, if you haven't heard of her, Kiera Hogan for Stardom? Just, you know, putting it out there. Okay. We just like to connect people, you know.
Also, Sarah will, that's me.
Sarah the Rebel on our panel. She's also a wrestler. I didn't know if you wanted to leave your boyfriend, so I just, you know.
Yeah, I got to hear. He'll wrestle in Japan, too. New Japan's already looking at him. Man, we're there. We're gonna be
so, Sarah the Rebel and Kiera Hogan, just, you know, putting out there. Our show is, we're, 2 for 2?
2 for 2, 100%.
Anytime we have like people looking, we connect them with the right people, and then magically they're on those shows.
I'll take
So
credit.
Called Power Positivity.
yeah, but then if you leave, then we don't have
Yeah,
a
listen, I'll
co-host.
find y'all co-hosts. It's cool. Skype me in from Japan.
Wow. Alrighty then. So now, have you? You did talk about possibly doing management for WWE. Is there any other organization that you'd want to work with?
Not at the time. You know what? I mean, really, honestly, it's funny that you mentioned that, because like the next step is I'm gonna meet with one of my girlfriends next week who her and her twin sister, they're famous sci-fi writers, and we're going to kind of brainstorm, because I really want to move forward with creating something different. You know, like I said, no definite plans yet, but that's kind of like where I am right now. I'm in like my creative mode, and I really want to start like producing something different and something new, and I just don't know what that is. And you know, that's one of the reasons why I'm meeting with her, is because I think it's really helpful to have non-wrestling minds come up with ideas and think of something new. You know, sometimes you get great ideas and sometimes you get like horrible ideas, but I really want to like think outside the box and try to create something different and unique.
And are there any other wrestlers beyond Stardom that you've kind of seen up and coming throughout other organizations that you're like, oh, I would love to see, you know, where her career goes to or takes off?
Wow, these are like hard questions.
Chocolate Lois Lane.
No, it's Black Barbara Walters, isn't it?
Chocolate Lois Lane got a nice ring. New nickname.
Oh Lord.
What?
Evan T. Mac, the chocolate's
No,
sweetheart.
he's Black
He likes-
Barbara Walters.
He likes to come up with he likes to come up with a whole bunch of names, and it's just a deep rabbit hole of things. Anywho,
I need a cocktail for this. Oh my God.
is there anybody that you're kind of that's on your radar that you're like, oh man, I really like watching her wrestle?
You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this may sound like a little biased because she's one of like my best friends, but Taya, I love watching her wrestle. I mean, who doesn't? She's so entertaining. She's so entertaining. I love watching her, and I think she's gonna like really blow up in the next couple of years, even bigger than what she's doing now.
Wow.
Yes.
Taya's a former guest of the show,
Yes.
so we definitely loved
Good.
her.
Wasn't she fun?
She was amazing, and
Wasn't she fun? She's fun to have a cocktail with.
she is. And when you go to Los Angeles, you definitely have to come on the show because Evan, he has this thing where when we have people in the studio,
This ain't true.
This is true.
He wears a button-down shirt, and he takes the buttons down to the third button. He lets it open, and then he has like he reveals his chest.
That is not true.
Oils it up.
That's not true.
She's like, I'm not gonna come on the show
What?
now.
Well, my question is, are you saying that, did he do that for Taya too?
He wasn't there for Taya.
Oh, okay.
But when Taya comes in, I'm pretty sure
I've
that's what's
witnessed
gonna
it a few
happen.
times.
This is a web of lies, Miss
If I come to
Mariposa.
Los Angeles, you got to have me and Taya there together.
Oh,
be
that
so
would
fun.
be
That'd be
that would be
dope.
awesome.
Yes, we got to do that.
We will, you know
That's
what?
a party.
I will work on that, and I will get you cocktails too. You just let me know what you want, and we will have it ready for you.
That's
in
even
Word.
better. I mean, we're the Grace and Karen Walker of pro wrestling.
Okay, I like
dig
it.
it.
I like it. So now, couple episodes into Lucha Underground, you did mention that there's a certain match that was definitely one to watch. Is there anything else as far as storylines that we can look out for?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not to say. I wish I could just, just be like, yeah, this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen, but I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not allowed to say.
Well, I mean, if you say,
I don't want to get that weird phone call afterwards from the team.
well, I
So,
mean, if they didn't give you exactly what you needed to say or can't say, if you say it, then you could just claim ignorance. It's like you didn't give me a list. I'm just saying. We're only asking for one thing. We're not asking for like a whole list. Just
How about this? Is it as crazy as the trailer makes it look out to be? The trailer that they showed looked very wild.
Yes, it is. It is. There is. It is. It is just crazy, ridiculous. I mean, there were just some episode storylines. I was like, really? Are you like kidding me? It was. I don't know what to say, but yes, it's definitely as crazy as it looks. The writers were probably having a cocktail party in that room when they were writing these episodes. I mean, we would like read some of the stuff, and be like, oh my god, I was like, we're about to do this.
And have they announced when they're going to be filming the next season?
No.
Have they contacted you and say be ready for a certain time?
Well, no, they haven't. I mean, everybody's agreement with Lucha Underground is different, whatever their contract is, and what's really helped, though, I think what's really helped is that when basically giving the talent the freedom to go work when we're not filming.
Right.
To do stuff with ROH, to do stuff with Impact, and do stuff with other companies. Because before that came about, it was really, it was just stressful at talent. Talent needs to stay busy; they need to make a living. So during that time period, there was a lot of talent, wanting to depart ways with Lucha Underground because they need to make money. It makes sense. But now that that's changed. I'm sure that nobody's going to be, getting out of their contract as fast unless they want to move forward with WWE.
Right.
So basically, if everybody's okay where they're at and they're under contract, we get that, everybody gets notified literally at the exact same time of like, okay, this is the next season and here's your start date. But as far we haven't even it's too early to tell.
So as MARIPOSA, because we were only a few episodes in, what happens to the end for her. So most likely she's going to be on the next season, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine so. Unless they were very unhappy with my performance. I don't know.
As far as, do you have any matches coming up in the next few months that anybody can look out for, or any projects that anybody can look out for?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know. I wish I was in LA sooner, but this Saturday I'll be there for AWS for Bart.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'll be at that show.
Oh,
really? Cool.
Yeah.
okay. Well, say
so
hi.
I'll be there and wrestling Chris Walt in the main event,
Sick.
so that should be good.
Okay. So
Can't wait.
Sarah's gonna look out for you.
Eye on the sky.
Please.
She might come up a little creepy like, because sometimes she does that,
Right.
but
I do
don't
like.
be.
I do like to creep.
Wouldn't be the first person.
Yeah.
One in the million, honey.
Well, yeah, I think that we'll say that for after the show. But we're definitely gonna have to bring you and Taya in for sure. I mean, because you said you're in Vegas, right? Is it Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're like up the street technically, because traffic in LA is.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we should film the episode in Vegas.
Oh.
I'm really into this idea.
I know. We need to. Yeah.
Vegas. Just film it at my
Road trip.
house,
I mean,
in the background.
you
the
did.
strip in the background.
You just said that, so
We got it on film.
We might do a road trip.
I know.
We were supposed to go to Taya and Johnny's wedding. Well, we invited ourselves, but they never.
Oh.
we invited
I was a
ourselves.
bridesmaid.
It was amazing. We invited ourselves on the show, but it never happened. I did tweet them a couple of times, and they liked the tweet, but they never.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. It was a very, very well done wedding. And I've been to a lot of weddings. That was a spectacular wedding.
Yeah, it looked like
Right.
everybody and their mama was there. It was a really good show. Good show. Good
Good
wedding.
show.
Yeah, good show.
Well, thank you so much for hopping on the show with us. I guess our next time you are on the show, we will be in Vegas with Taya,
Perfect.
sipping on cocktails. I like this road trip. You could just
Yeah.
start from beginning to end.
Perfect. That's how an interview should be done.
There you go. And then we will see you on the next episode or the next season of Lucha Underground.
Yep.
Word.
All right.
I like
Thank
that.
you.
So we will. Thank you so much for coming on. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. All right. Well, I mean, I'm just in awe. Just talent.
Talent everywhere.
All over the place.
OG talent. And then also, Lucha Underground. Love that show. So let's kind of hit up those live reads, Mr.
Those live
Chocolate
reads?
Sweetheart.
Are we doing live read before the news? Listen, all right, live read. Part 2. Listen, After Buzzers, here at the network, we produce after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from drama, reality, TV, sci-fi, and more. But there's no network that works harder to serve television fans. But now we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. Besides helping us a ton, here's what's in it for you. It caters specific content you already like directly to you. It brings you your favorite after shows so you don't have to seek them out, and it suggests content for other channels or podcasts that might interest you. Subscribing to our YouTube channels will also help you discover new shows we're sure you'll love. Since you already tuned into our show, you will also like SmackDown, our NXT after show, our Raw after show, Xbox 1, 2, 360, Total Bellas, Total Divas, all that stuff and more. Please subscribe to our stuff. If you do, we will shout you out personally, just like I do, TK, Sarah the Rebel do. Shout out to my man, y'all already know his name, Johan Pena. Joseph Bosa, all day long star, Drew J. Will. Who else you got down?
Ghost 8386.
Ghost 8386.
War Hero 99.
Yeah, let's see. That's what you
The
get.
War 99, I remember that one.
Yeah. Shout out personally if you guys subscribe to us.
Cliff Washington.
Don't got to worry about notifications. They're optional. Just hit that subscribe button now for even an easier AfterBuzz experience, and let us know what you did in the comments. Yeah.
That's it.
That's about it, man. That's the live read, man.
Also, I just want to note that because we had a guest via Skype, America's Chocolate Sweetheart just wearing a shirt.
Listen.
Dry hands. Did y'all hear his hands?
Just putting it out there.
Man, I need Jergens for real. Shout out to Jergens. But
So let's hit that news real quick.
Tony's on his P's and Q's. Start out kind of like on a somber note. Lufisto forfeits the Shine Championship due to health reasons. It's very, very unfortunate that she had to forfeit her title, but she elaborated that due to an upcoming surgery on July 19th, she would not be able to complete the Shine 52 on July 20th. She said she needs surgery and has been scheduled for July 19th, and she won't be able to wrestle, so she had to forfeit her title. It's always sad to hear anyone has to give up a title, especially for undisclosed health reasons. Thoughts?
It's interesting. I'm seeing more and more kind of not older, like older than the young women, old to Kiera Hogan, as you'll hear in the future. But a lot of older women wrestlers are having to go in for surgery, and even Io Shirai, we'll talk about more in a bit, couldn't do the Mae Young Classic because they detected something wrong with her neck. So it's we've had past guests from here who also have to have surgery. So wrestling is hard on your bodies, guys. Don't think this is all fake, because it's real.
It's hard. What?
All right, so we'll talk about it later. But yes, I thought it was very clear.
Let's ring that bell, Tony.
Oh, ridiculous. Let me talk about the Bayley heel turn. Bayley, listen, this has been kind of like in speculation. We've been talking about it
for a while.
A lot of people have been clamoring for it, though. A lot of people have been wanting this turn, and she spared no expense beating the brakes off of Sasha Banks. It was relentless. It was ruthless. Everyone dug it. Did you dig it?
It's about time.
Yeah. Did you? What about what's your thought process on that? Do you feel Bayley can sell this though? You can beat somebody up, but at the end of the day, you actually have to cut a couple promos.
No, I hate this thing. But I know that Bayley wanted it. Bayley talked, I think, a year ago. She said, I feel like I want to do something different, whether it's not wearing this ponytail anymore, like I want to change.
Oh, she's forced to be? I thought she wanted to that ponytail.
And she didn't. She wanted to change her look and everything, because that was when they brought her in from NXT and they had her run as a champion, completely negating the way you're supposed to use a Bayley character like that, where she's supposed to be a bit of an underdog. They made her a champion right away and kind of dug her into a corner. And so she was already trying to think of a character more in line with her real personality, which actually is a bit more of a heelish personality. So on one hand, I'm happy for her. On the other hand, creatively, all these little girls are going to lose their Bayley hero that they didn't even really have, though.
Yeah, that's my thing when it comes to, because we can say about storylines all we want, but at the end of the day, she does a lot of merchandise by being a babyface. You know what I mean? Like, now that's why I know the WWE is like, all right, hold on, we can't just turn you heel, boo. Like, you sell a whole lot of Bayley Hug T-shirts.
Right, but I feel like there's so many women on the roster and there's so many women coming up, and you just never know who they have as far as signing that. Why sacrifice somebody who, for a while, it just didn't seem like that whole Sasha Bayley thing, that storyline was just whatever. Like, I was over it. So why sacrifice somebody who has talent just to sell more shirts, when maybe this new character will sell more shirts? Might not be in the demographic that she was in before.
Right.
But if she comes off with a good promo
To a young girl's spot. You know, on the roster, we have a lot. It's very easy to play a heel compared to a face. You know, so I'm a little sad to see it, but also, you know, they got to do something.
You fill that spot, Sarah.
Me, I will be the one, and we won't do hugs. We'll do kisses.
That was kind of scary. Let's ring that bell.
Becky Lynch pitches women's tag division. Now, I'm excited about this. She said she's been talking about this in the back for like a year, that she wants, and someone asked her a question at the Comic-Con. She goes, right now, numbers-wise, she doesn't think we have enough women to have one on each brand. So she would think it'd be very cool if they were kind of like a traveling thing. But not just between Raw on SmackDown, but NXT too. Then you have a huge range of women you can go against and so many possibilities. Been pitching it for a year, maybe two.
It's like the mixed match challenge. You can do something like that. Well, I mean, I could see that.
Having like literally like a whole like a tag team division NXT.
We used to have a women's tag division, and it was dope. I mean, the Jumping Bomb Angels and Lalani Kai and them, they used to do some really awesome stuff. And weirdly enough, when they'd get announced, they would actually say their weight, their combined weight, which was also weirdly really empowering to hear because of, you know, having to grow up during the Divas era and stuff. So I'd love a return to that.
I know.
Give it back.
All right, that works.
Oh, ring that bell, Tony. That was a quick one, man. That was a quickie. Okay, listen, I had to put this on there. Ronda Rousey sighting at a house show. Now listen, shout out to TK. She got me tickets, man. Me and my wife, man, we was sitting pretty too. We was like, oh, and Bobby was there too, man.
Oh, was he really?
Like diagonal. I seen it on his story. He was like right diagonal from us.
Oh, you saw it after the fact?
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
oh, he was there. But shout out to TK for getting us tickets. But the reason why I want to bring this up, because me and JMC, my best friend in the whole world, he was talking a whole lot of trash, saying like, oh, she's just going to be another Brock now, huh? Oh, so she ain't going to come up here. She ain't going to do this. She going to disappear for like 3 months, come in a SummerSlam. And then when that music hit, like, I texted him like, yo, bro, Ronda Rousey out here. He's like, I don't believe you. He's like, I don't believe you. I go, she's out here working at a house show, trying to like fine tune her craft. And I think it should be something to be talked about.
Well, she's been on, this is not her first live show. She's been doing live shows for a long period of time. My thing is, and she did a good job at the last
Pay-per-view?
Thank you. The last pay-per-view. But my thing is that I feel like if you do live shows, that's fine. But it's a whole different beast when you have cameras in your face.
Isn't she supposed to be suspended right now?
Yeah, that was another thing. I was like, what?
Well, I mean,
kind of weird.
Live shows are.
It's kind of like that gray area where it's like this doesn't happen.
Yeah, there's things in live shows where, like, for instance, I remember I went to one live show and it was Roman Reigns with somebody, and he ended up losing, but the next day was like a pay-per-view, and it's like. Okay, but only people who literally watch, I was really going to say TMZ, only people who literally watch WWE on that level would know, okay, well, here's the storyline, like, versus people who go to live shows just to enjoy it.
I mean, I get stuff like that, but a suspension is kind of a weird one to overstep versus just like a feud or something.
And it's funny what you say about that, because this is the first time I was at a show where I seen like 50 signs. I was like, do not tape this show. It was like on the.
Didn't you have something?
Listen,
taped?
I had 12 seconds of footage.
Did somebody come up to you, or?
That's what I couldn't believe though, because I was chilling, because I was like, there were signs were everywhere, like big signs, like WWE will kick you out of here. Then I was seeing everybody just tape stuff. I was like,
you can't stop everybody. I
wish you would stop the brother. Now I'm gonna whip the camera out. Samsung 9. Holla at your boy.
I wish you would stop the brother.
I wish you would stop the brother.
See, that's how we create bad behavior. Just one person does it, and then
see?
everybody else is like, well, why shouldn't I?
Had arms folded. I was a good fan, and I was like, wait a minute, homeboy, homegirl, dude over there. Like they were taking selfies with Byron Saxton over there for like 30 minutes. I swear, there was a line for Byron Saxton for 30 minutes, and
because
he did.
Byron is just
no, but shout out to Byron for taking.
Though.
But he had a big butt for a black dude. Listen, he took a selfie.
It like raises his pants, and you see the ankles.
Kind of dress pants.
Yeah.
Shout out to Byron Saxton's butt. No, he took. No, seriously, he took a picture with every single person that came up to him, and that's
He's that way every show I've seen.
I love that. But no, it's interesting. So like, I really don't think they wanted that suspension thing to mess because they were like, do not film this.
It's gonna happen because it's the same thing. I mean, it wasn't suspension, but Naomi, when she was testing out her thing, she didn't get approved for the whole glow thing, and people taped it, and then they found out. Like, it's hard to do that unless you physically take everybody's camera as they're going to a live show, which if you want to see the show, you can do that. So if you really don't want people taping it, then you need to take their phones. That's it.
Don't speak that evil on me, Ricky Bobby TK.
Ricky Bobby. Bianca Belair and Montez Ford getting married. Like, TK been all about this. TK been like posting on social media, posting on Instagram, posting on the Twitter. I want to know. You need to talk about this one. I don't even know what's going on. Talk to me.
So
Lord have mercy.
for you guys who haven't been, you guys just finding me today, I am a huge Bianca Belair fan. One, we have just so much in common, and you know how I just gravitate to people having stuff in common with. So she's formerly a track runner, used to run track. She used to do, she actually did the CrossFit Games once, debuted. She's wearing this chick in the CrossFit Games changed for every event, and I think there were like 8 events. So, and if you guys follow CrossFit, there's only a few sisters in CrossFit. So, of course, she took notice. And then she went to wrestling, at which, I cover. So, definitely a huge fan of hers. Her story is amazing. I'm hoping to get her on the show for season 2. Her husband is actually a wrestler, too, in NXT. I believe they met there, but don't quote me on that. I think they might have met in college, too. But one of those.
Bosa, no.
Yeah, but what does Bosa have to say?
I just want to say he knows.
Yeah, he probably does know. Shout out Joseph Bosa. Let me check the live chat. Let's see what he's going to say with that.
She's definitely one of my favorite. She's amazing looking. She's got it.
Amazing. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. So definitely a huge fan of her. So that's.
And they're so beautiful.
They
Their
are.
pictures are so
They're gonna make
beautiful.
so much beautiful beige babies. It's gonna be great.
Caramel babies, man.
So congratulations. That's why I push that. I just push people who who
put them over, brother. Yeah. Jeannie hurt during the UK taping. It was a fatal 4-way match. She got hurt. They turned into a triple threat match. Like I said, it's always sad to see someone get hurt when they're, especially at this huge event.
Especially for this potentially being a one-time thing.
Yes.
This is your chance to really make a mark and really show WWE they need to bring you back.
Frustrating.
And injuries are like the main thing they hate out of anything else.
Yes.
So I'm just real nervous for her that this was not the best situation.
Well, you never know. I mean, it's not the best situation, but if you make an impact after the injury, and before that, then WWE. I think there's going to be a change for the better, especially for women. So we'll see.
Oh, ring that bell, Tony. Yeah, Tony don't like me no more.
Dang, dang, dang.
And finally, I just want to throw it out there, the Mae Young Classics coming up. They announced that on June 21st that the tickets for upcoming Classic will go on sale June 22nd. The tapings will occur from Wednesday, August the 8th and Thursday, August the 9th from Full Sail in Orlando, Florida. Feature 32 women. 12 different countries. Stream later this summer on WWE Network. I think it's exciting.
Awesome.
I like that we don't really know who's going to be there. We have ideas and we have people we want to see there.
Right.
Like I said, what do you want from the Mae Young Classic? What are you expecting from the Classic?
I had a list, and I don't have it with me right now, of women
Spitball,
who I'm pretty sure. But
oh yeah, all day.
I would love to see Errol Monroe, MJ Jenkins. There's a girl from I think Jordan, who they've kind of been recently talking about, so I'd love to see her on there because she would be one of the first Middle Eastern women to wrestle for WWE. I hope they bring back some folks from the Mae Young Classic before. Some
NXT women too.
Yes, and I'd especially love to see Piper again.
Jazzy was good too. Now she's cleared, so hopefully that's a thing. Yeah, the Mae Young Classic was awesome for me because, like I said, for people who just watch WWE and don't invest the time and the hours into other promotions, it's great seeing these women, and now you're introduced to these women who've been in the game for a long period of time for the very first time. Yeah. And now, fortunately with the show, we get to kind of see where they're at and what they're doing, and it's just a really great time for women, especially with social media and all this other stuff, so we'll see.
They're going back to what Sarah said earlier, like, they got to get somebody that knows more about the women, though. Like these women, their background, their story, their wrestling history.
That's the announcing.
The announcing team.
They need that.
Yes, I truly hope it's a different announcing team this time. But I know WWE likes to keep things the same, so I'm nervous. Or at least bring on a third person who can kind of fill the awkward moments.
That knows that intricate part. Like I know, like if y'all didn't do y'all due diligence on who these ladies are and their journey, y'all should be talking about it.
Right, like hearing Kari over and over. She's was in a yacht club. She was in a yacht club. She was in a yacht. That's got nothing to do with her records. I know they probably don't want to mention other, promotions, but there's still other ways to say she's a champion. Yeah. She's been working this long.
She's had this many championships. She's been in the game for this long. She's you know,
we
defeating
care
people.
about that stuff. You know, it's cool to hear that what somebody did besides wrestling, but I think wrestling fans, we want to hear about their,
Hey, wow, who
their
is she?
wrestling
Wow, she's like
acumen.
really good. Like, where did she wrestle prior to this?
So we do love our wrestling fans. So for you guys, the WPW Warriors, if you are following us or you're listening to us on iTunes, definitely give us 5 stars. Leave those comments. We'll definitely check those out. On YouTube, definitely leave those comments. Definitely Evan this week has been reading those comments. Last week I was kind of
Yeah, I respond to all y'all, man. I
was
ain't got
kinda-
nothing to do.
on the drunk side of things this weekend, and Sarah was
Chocolate
working.
Lois Lane,
working so
giving you the
hard.
hard-hitting stuff. Black Lois Lane, digging in people's business.
So if you're not following us, our social media is definitely lit. I know Anissa's on that chat roll. She is the
Yo.
one who is rolling our Instagram social media, so definitely follow Anissa. But, you know, definitely follow us on social media, WPW Weekly on IG. And then also we have Miss... I love drinking orange soda. She's controlling our Twitter.
Rad.
Our Twitter has been lit ever since she's hopped on.
How would you, girl?
So definitely hop on that because, like I said, I was posting 2 o'clock in the morning because that's just
She was
when I
awesome.
had time to do
I'll
something.
let you good.
So I definitely appreciate those two for, you know, making our social media pop. So if you're not on our social media, definitely follow us, WPW Weekly. Other than that, let's hit that star of the week real quick.
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling Star of the Week.
All right, our WPWW Star of the Week is Io Shirai, the ace of stardom, women's wrestling in Japan. She was offered a contract to join the WWE at the same time as Kairi Sane, which we kind of briefly touched on, but unfortunately they discovered a neck injury that they were not willing to clear her for. So she has actually been wrestling since she was 16 as a tag team with her sister, Mio Shirai. And by the way, Shirai means Purple Thunder, which I really enjoy because when she
Dope.
wrestled in Mexico, they called her a name that means Purple Thunder in Spanish that I don't remember. So
Still dope.
they were part of also the Triple Tail stable, her and her sister, with Kana, who we now know as Asuka. So a lot of ties already in the WWE. So excited to see what she gets to do now because there are rumors that she has been signed now, and it was sort of confirmed by the interview we just had. So they are reporting that she has been signed. She was basically broke a ton of records in Stardom. She's the ace, as they say. If you're not familiar with Japanese wrestling, it means like the number one, the person who kind of carries the banner. I got to see her while I was in Japan.
Wow.
She is amazing. She was also on Lucha Underground as part of the Black Lotus Triad with Mayu Iwatani, who we may also potentially see soon in WWE. So definitely check out her past matches on Stardom World. That's where you can find all those matches. And my recommended match is actually not from Stardom. It's from 2015 against Meiko Satomura. An awesome, hard-hitting match. So check her out.
Oh, she's a beast. Hey.
You're amazing.
Chill on me.
So before we finish up the show, we have the poll. Go on our IG and the stories. It's there for you on Twitter. It's being posted there as well. Are you, this leads back to our news, are you Team Sasha or Team Bailey?
Yeah, I'm Bailey all
I'm
day.
always going to be Sasha.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Sasha.
Yeah, I can't rock.
Yeah, now that I know that Bailey wasn't feeling her hair, I'm kind of feeling Bailey, but we'll see. We'll see how the
Yeah,
rest
Bailey,
of this
she apparently
runs.
was very bad, very used to be a potty mouth, all this stuff.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Other than that, like I said, you can follow us everywhere. We appreciate you guys for hopping in on the show. There's a lot of different podcasts out there, but we are the #1 women's podcast on the planet, so you should be, you know, tuning into us. Other than that, where can they find you guys?
You can find me, Sarah the Rebel, everywhere. Sarah's an H. It's the only way to spell it. God in the Bible intended.
Evan T. Mac, Instagram, Twitter. Yo, TK, what up? You know what I mean?
WPW Weekly, IG, Twitter, AfterBuzz TV /wrestling if you're not following that, because then you get all the updates and all that good stuff. Other than that, you can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. You can watch me on TMZ, also doing some other stuff, doing a whole bunch of shows. But this show is the most amazing show because we have nothing but amazing guests. And we're going to have that throughout the summer for the rest of season 1 because we have been signed for season 2. Other than that, like I said, we have amazing guests. I think actually next week is on holiday, so you won't see us. We might have
I'm
something.
repping the country. I'm repping the country next week.
Well, Canada Day's on the 1st, so just saying.
America.
We might have something special. We might have something special for you on Monday. We will make that announcement if it happens. I'm waiting for a confirmation. You guys will like it if it does happen, so let's put it in the universe. Other than that, we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Ciao.
From executive producers Kevin Undergaro, Maria Menounos, Phil Svitek, producer TK Trinidad, and me, Mark Donica, your voice of AfterBuzz TV Wrestling. We ask you to rate and comment on iTunes, subscribe to AfterBuzz Wrestling on YouTube, and find us on all social media. Thank you for watching Women's Pro Wrestling Weekly. See you next week.